Hello, my name is Kate Edwards, and today I'm going to be showing you a couple different ways to mix oil pastels. So the first way I'm going to show you is just mixing with your finger. So you'll pick your first color, kind of just draw wherever you're filling in. Just get it nice. I'm drawing pretty thick. I like to use these more heavily. You can use them a little lighter, but it will be a bit harder to blend. So then I'm going to pick this nice purple here as the color I'm going to blend with my pink. And so I'm going to have those right next to each other. Again, drawing pretty thick. Filling in whatever space I have in my drawing. And then you just take your fingertip and kind of rub that little line in between them. And you'll see they start to blend together. So those colors are combining in the middle. You can go back and forth for a different effect. You can spread it out a little. Kind of fill in the white space along the edges, give it a more foggy kind of look. And see those two colors start coming together into one form. So that's the first method. That's pretty basic. You can also do this with any sort of blending tool, like a stump if you have one. That's a little paper tool that you can just use to kind of smear different drawing materials together. The next method I'm going to show you is just overlap drawing. So this is one way to mix your colors together. Is you can either do it with cross hatching. I'm going to do that first. So say I'm going these two ways, and this is more just a quick light line I'm doing. I'm not going as heavy with this. And then if I want to mix this light purple color in, I'll just kind of overlap those lines I'm doing. So where those lines are overlapping, the colors are starting to blend just because of the way I'm drawing them. So that's another quick way to do it. It's a lot simpler, but obviously you can't quite draw it in as thick, and it might not be 100% how you like it, but you could also combine these methods and possibly come in with your finger a little. The next method I am going to show you is involving using three colors to blend. So let's say I want to use this sort of maroon color. I'm going to do this pretty heavy again. And I'm going to put blue next to it. Now if I want to incorporate these two together, I can just grab a third color. Usually a bit of a lighter color to go on top. If you put too dark of a color on top, it might obscure the colors below. But just coloring heavy again with this on top of both of these, it starts to bring those two separate colors and blend them into a new, different color. The final way I'm going to show you is actually involves using oil. So I have my brush and my little cup of oil here. I'm just using vegetable oil right now, but a lot of people prefer baby oil or any other sort of oil that's nice and liquidy will work for you. So I'm going to draw out my two colors again. With this method you want to be sure that you're using a nice thick paper because the oil will bleed in, and if you're using too thin of paper it might warp or bleed through and get on whatever surface you're drawing on. So I'm just going to get a little bit of oil. Don't need too much. I can scrape the excess off in my cup and just kind of paint that right in there. And so the oil combines really nicely with the oil and the oil pastels and starts moving that pigment around and combining into one color. And the nice thing about this method is then you can then use whatever color you still have on your brush and paint in other spaces. So it takes it from a drawing material into more of a painting material. I hope this video has been helpful for you, and good luck with your oil pastels.